Today on Brilliance Business TV, we have the incredible Lizzie Laing. Lizzie is an RTT therapist trained by Marisa Peer, the founder of The Power Within Therapy, RTT, hypnotherapy, and creator of Your Last First Date. Stay tuned. Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, Conversations with Leading Experts in Business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. We have an incredible guest on the show today, the incredible Lizzie Laing. I have actually seen Lizzie for a couple of sessions myself. I think it's probably a couple of years ago now, so I'm really looking forward to a conversation. I know she's in a really great place at the moment, supporting people with dating and relationships, but I know her best through her RTT therapy, which is a very powerful form of hypnotherapy and many other modalities together. So I'm really looking forward to a conversation today. We're streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're on the E360 TV network. We're on USA Global Radio and Television Network. We're also on Business Innovators Radio Network and mspnewsglobal.com. Let's bring in our incredible guest, the amazing Lizzie Laing. Lizzie, welcome to Brilliance Business TV.
Wow, thank you for having me. I'm really excited, and it's a pleasure and an honour to be here. I didn't realise, we were going, live. It's exciting. Thank you.
It is exciting, and I'm looking forward to a conversation with you. Now, what exactly is RTT therapy? Can you explain what RTT actually is? Because a lot of people out there won't know. What happens in a session, and why is it so different from traditional talking therapy?
Well, it's what it says it is. So it's rapid transformational therapy. So it works rapidly. So people don't have to go and spend years talking over the problem. We put you into a light hypnosis and we take you back to the root cause of the issue. So if you're repeating patterns, we take you back to that. And so we put you into hypnosis, and it combines NLP, CBT and psychotherapy. So it really gets to the root problem and changes it from a cellular level.
And CBT is very powerful as well as hypnotherapy. So putting all these things together is really clever. And I know that it's a really powerful therapy as well. Now, what kinds of issues do you see the most breakthroughs with through RTT, Lizzie?
The most breakthroughs I see, the very clear ones, are eating disorders and eating issues, because eating disorder is an emotional disorder. So if people, it can be a form of protection by building up padding, and it can be a form of keeping people small. And I work with bulimia and all types of destructive eating disorders. But once we get to the root, the eating habits change immediately. So a lot of people have been coming to me instead of using the jabs now, because they don't want to keep using them. So it did die down for a bit, and now people are coming back.
Yeah, and what a great service to help people who are struggling with those things as well. Now, you're on an exciting new journey. Why did you decide to move into the area of dating and relationships, Lizzie?
Because it's something I really understand. I took this journey myself, and I always get emotional when I talk about it. And this, I promise, when I found my person, when I worked through my destructive and chaotic dating habits, I would teach women everywhere, so they didn't have to go through all that hurt and heartache. And because when you're stuck in it, and it's confusing, and you're like, there must be someone out there for me. But really, I realized everything changed when I realized that I was the problem. It was me. I was the same one in all of these relationships, different person, but the same relationship over and over again. And then when I changed, everything changes. And if I can do that for women and stop them in their terrible situationships accepting crumbs, then I would do the same for everyone else.
I love how passionate you are about in that you've been there yourself, so you can really support others. And how can you help people to meet their one?
Well, during my process, because I gave myself a year to meet my husband, I woke up after another New Year's Eve where I was just on my own watching all the couples kissing and singing the New Year. And I woke up and vowed this would be the year where everything changes. So I did coaches and I went to a flirting coach because I was done with being on dating apps. I didn't want to go on another journey up to London and spend time with a guy I didn't like. When I saw really nice guys walking past me on the street, and I thought if I could just connect with the guy next to me, it would just be a lot easier. So I did flirting courses whilst also working on my internal self. So it was a bit of a pincer movement. I was feeling good and I was meeting men where I was, so I didn't have to keep wasting time going on dates with people I didn't really like.
Very, very powerful stuff. And you work with clients globally online as well as in person. What does that open up for people who might think therapy isn't accessible to them?
Well, I like to make it all as easy for people as possible because some people like to come and see me in person and some people just like to be comfortable in their own homes. And yeah, working with people all around the world, I work with people in Bali and America, and it just means that I can help more people wherever you are.
And I've had a couple of sessions, as like I said, a couple of years ago, online, and they're so powerful. And you also provide a recording after, so you carry on using that after the session. So there's a lot of power that goes behind these sessions. I can definitely vouch for that. Tell us a little bit about My Last First Date. What made you create a group program, especially for women, around relationships?
Because a lot of my clients I've worked with are older, well, 30 onwards, and they feel like their clock is running out. And I work with a lot of clients that have never had a serious relationship. So I believe that, and they're really powerful. They've got really good jobs. They're owning their life, but this relationship seems to elude them. So I know it's kind of deep. It's underneath it all is probably the problem I had, the not enoughness. Once they get to really meet me, then the vulnerable, authentic me, they might not like me underneath the glitz and the glam. Like if you look good or you've got a good career, people, once they meet the belief is once they meet the real you, the vulnerable self, that they might not think you're all you're cracked up to be. And that's a fear. And that's why people say they're meeting unavailable men, but really deep down you're unavailable because you feel safe keeping people at a distance. But this is on a subconscious level.
I agree. I think that belief is one of the most things that people struggle with, like not being enough, not being good enough. So the fact that you can help people to really overcome that belief is so powerful as well. What patterns do you see coming up again in women who join, and how does the program help them how does the program help them break those cycles, Lizzie?
Well, true love starts with self-love. You have to love yourself first, which is easier said than done. So we go and break the looping pattern that's in your subconscious and really embody your self-esteem. Because I always use Amy Winehouse as this example. She was confident in singing, awesome, but inside she was a little broken bird, and she was repeating terrible dating patterns as well. So you have to build the foundation and raise your vibration, because many of my clients, 90% of my clients actually, met their person the very next day because they had embodied, they didn't enter a relationship the next day, but they'd smiled at someone at the gym, and then that kind of worked. Or they'd smiled at someone at work and that had built. But they just embody a different vibration, they held themselves better. They were just, approachable because they weren't keeping themselves small. They were out there just glowing and being and attractive, if you see what I mean. Like being irresistible. They were pulling people they were being noticed and seen and feeling good.
Yeah, I think your energy and your vibration is so important, but also giving yourself that self love. I think sometimes when you do want love, you can be a bit desperate for it. So it does
Mm,
take and going in and giving yourself that love, loving yourself and your self worth, and then you actually feel worthy and deserving of it. So it's even better. So I think it can be painful at times at work, but it's very important to do it as well. And
it's
why did
extremely
you?
important.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Now, why did you choose a group format rather than one to one for this one, Lizzie?
Because I've only got so much time and I want to help as many people as possible. And also, I feel that if there's a community, because I'm going to run challenges, like I gave myself a challenge, so I'm going to give people the same challenge that I gave myself to meet my husband. So once I've taught you the steps of how to safely and naturally just approach a person that you like the look of, because we can all talk to people we don't like, but you know, when you see that hot person, you're like, oh, I can't talk to him. So it's, I teach you ways of just approaching it in a calm way. And the challenge I gave myself was to talk to a really good looking man every day. So to build, it's like reps. You build up that muscle. The first time you do it, it's torture and it's humiliating. But once you've done it, you're like, I survived. And then, you know, by the time the 10th one, it's just easy. So I give people a challenge to just make a conversation with someone.
A
That's
great
all it is.
way to build confidence as well, because it's all about having that confidence to do that as well.
Yeah.
Lizzie, you support people in the dating area, but many other ways as well. Who is the perfect person that you want to connect with? Who would you love to reach out to you? I know people can come to your website, yourpowerwithintherapy.com. Let me say
Mm.
that again because I want to do it justice. It's yourpowerwithintherapy.com, yourpowerwithintherapy.com. Who's that person you're speaking to today? Who would you love to support? How can you support them? And obviously they can come and connect with you.
The people that I love are me, where I was before I met my lovely husband. People that, you know, they're in their 30s or they're feeling like they're running out of time. They want their person. They want a family. They want to have children and they want to meet the one, and they're feeling a bit desperate, and that desperate energy is kind of pushing people away. They're wasting their life on dating apps, just meeting the wrong people over and over again, and it's exhausting, and they're getting heartbroken and crushed, and basically they're done sleeping with different people, and they want their one. They want to get on with their lives and make plans and focus their energy on the future and not have to like settle for crumbs or answer that question on they always send on dating apps like, are you okay? Or, you know, they want a real connection. They want their person. Yeah.
I love it. I think you said it. If you want your person, definitely go to yourpowerwithintherapy.com. Before we close today, Lizzie, I know you've just launched your program. Just tell us a tiny little bit about it, please.
Yeah, so it's a 3 month program. It incorporates an RTT session and 3 follow up coaching calls. They're weekly, they're 90-minute sessions, and I lay the foundation. I have the modules, but I also help you date in real time. So I give you the tips, I give you advice. If you have a text message that you want to respond to or how to react, I guide you through it. But the main thing is you have to be the person you want to attract. So if you're looking for a high value, committed, calm, stable man, you have to be calm and stable. You have to, you know, elevate yourself, and that's what I want to build you up from the inside out so you feel whole and you go into dating knowing that you are the prize. Not am I good enough for them, but are they good enough for me? Watch and observe, and don't tell people how to treat you. Get someone that already is treating you well.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I would encourage everyone to go to yourpowerwithintherapy.com. Lizzie, I have thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you today. Thank you so much for being my guest.
Thank you for having me on the show, because I'm so passionate. And yeah, if I haven't answered anything, you can just ask. But I hope I answered everything okay. for
You've
everyone
answered
else.
everything absolutely perfectly. I've really enjoyed the conversation. Thank you everyone for joining us for Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. Until next time, bye for now.